No lie, I was actually startled to just see Kyrie back on the screen again. BS or Real Talk is back, people. First up, we're going to talk about Steve Kerr. Back on New Year's Eve, Steve Kerr voicing his displeasure with how the game is being officiated over the last decade. Kerr told reporters, "We have to decide as a league, are we going to call fouls that people would laugh about at a pickup game?" He went on to say, "We need to get back to the point where players need to earn fouls and earn it by beating their man and drawing contact in a natural way and not flopping and flailing and grabbing arms. I don't blame the players. If the league is going to allow it, then the players should 100% do it." Is all of this BS or Real Talk, gentlemen? Ooh, look at that. Player, what do you got?
Absolutely. And I think James Harden has taken it to another level. He's mastered it. And like Coach Kerr said, you can't be mad at James. I think the refs have to be able to tighten up and realize what is really a foul and what is a flop, because he sticks his legs out, he grabs arms, he does all this stuff. And like I said, you can't be mad at him because they're calling, and he's getting to the free throw line a handful of times. But it gets ridiculous out there. It's frustrating. Sometimes your key players get in foul trouble. It definitely needs to be cleaned up.
So as a player, do you just get frustrated when it's happening on the court to you, or do you actively start thinking, as Steve says, and trying to play into it?
Yeah, I mean, I still get bothered, and I don't play anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's definitely, because it messes the whole flow of the game up. And it's ridiculous when you're seeing one guy shoot 25 free throws. No one's getting fouled that much. So they definitely need to clean it up.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't like certain behaviors, don't incentivize that behavior. And right now, you get 2 shots or you get a possession or whatever it is. And if the league doesn't like it, and I don't think, I'm with Matt. My question is what are people tuning in to see?
Right.
They're tuning in to see Giannis Antetokounmpo taking off from the foul line. Every
or
minute.
James
Harden shooting, right?
Just shooting, though.
Every time, the portion of the game of that 2 hours and 25 minutes that does not involve amazing athletes doing amazing basketball things is a minute that someone can just turn the channel.
Right.
And I mean, foul shots are the scourge of the league. I mean, stoppages are the scourge of the league.
But let's remember, like I said, we can't get mad at the players.
Right.
No, not at all.
Doing what they're supposed to be doing. I thought, first of all, the pickup game line was excellent by Steve Kerr. But it was interesting to me that he was the one saying this, because unlike several former players of his era, he has not been a I walked uphill both ways to school and everything was better in my day kind of guy. He's always been like, hey, the game's evolved. It's great now. He obviously led one of the great teams of the last decade. And when he says, hey, this has been a problem in the last decade, that holds weight to me in a different way than a guy who played in that original era he played in but has been poo-pooing it the whole time. So, all right, we stay with the Warriors for our next BS or Real Talk topic. In the middle of the third quarter, because, you know, why not do this during the game, Draymond Green got into a shouting match with a fan sitting courtside at the Target Center in Minneapolis. Take a listen, friends. Draymond said, "You paid $500 for these bleep courtside seats. Shut up. Is that BS or Real Talk?" There we go. Boom.
All right, so, I mean, Draymond Green in his just infinite brilliance.
Yes.
Perfectly illustrated the small market, big market disparity, because on Saturday afternoon, the Detroit Pistons will be playing in San Francisco at 5:30 p.m., which is not a marquee team, not a marquee slot. And the cheapest seat to get anywhere near the floor in San Francisco would be $2,275. Wow. So Draymond is kind of, what's a gaffe? Telling the truth by accident?
Right.
Yeah.
I love it. I think, you know, I was someone that talked back to the fans, and I think as long as it stays within the realm of the game, I think sometimes fans go overboard and get too disrespectful. But I think as long as it stays within the realm of the game in good sportsmanship, it's something that the fans always going to remember. I think it makes the whole excitement of the game better. And I was always for it. I got fined a few times for talking to the crowd, a few times. But like I said, I think, you know, I've saw some of these people and they've hit me on Instagram like, man, thanks for talking to me during the game. So like I said, it's something as a fan that they'll always remember.
Well, you also talked to the owners during the game, which was also excellent.
Well,
that was my favorite part.
Hey, he was talking to me bad first. I was the only one that got fined for it.
I know.
Weird how that happens. Yes, I did like your comment yesterday, speaking, of course, about the great legacy of the late David Stern, of which you were very complimentary, and then you said, he took a lot of my money. So there you go. All right, let's move on. The NBA has fined Kings Dewayne Dedmon $50,000 for making a public trade request. He has been unhappy with his role since being removed from rotation in December. Now, Dedmon is in year 1 of a 3-year, $40 million contract with the Kings. I had to do the calculator math. He makes about $13 million a year. So this fine is?
This is about 1/3 of 1% of his salary.
Not going to really make a dent. In an interview with the Sacramento Bee, Dedmon said, quote, "I would like to be traded. I haven't been playing, so I would like to go somewhere where my talents are appreciated." BS or Real Talk, guys?
Can I use your
yeah.
real quick?
You got it both.
Okay, we ready?
Wait, you're doubling it?
Double BS. Oh,
really?
no, excuse me.
Double real?
The fine is BS, but Real Talk.
Okay,
So
you're doing both.
Whatever it is, yeah. I just think, like I said, I think it's a slippery slope as a player because you don't want to be labeled as a disgruntled player, someone that's going to cause hectic, commotion in the locker room. But there's no way he should be fined $50,000 for speaking his mind. That's Kiki doing too much. Kiki, stop doing these BS fines. He shouldn't be fined. Give him his money back.
It's not like he made the rule up. It's a rule.
It's ridiculous. Like I said, I think he's earned the right to say that. I think guys should be able to say, if you're not going to use me, let's move on. He shouldn't be fined. But like I said, it's slippery when you don't want to be labeled as well.
Well, I kind of look at this. This is self-marketing. A lot of famous people pay publicists a lot more than 1/3 of 1% of their salaries to get out messages and self-branding. And Dewayne Dedmon is the, all-purpose big man who's useful to have on your team, who in Atlanta at least was really appreciated for his leadership, right?
Yes.
A guy who has not ever had a reputation of being a malcontent at all, and he wants out. It's like the Eric Bledsoe. Remember when he got paid the best $15,000 he ever spent?
Absolutely. I just don't want to be here. There you go. And to look, the fact that it's not really actually costing him anything in terms of money, because while $50,000 is a lot of money to some of us, it is 1/3 of 1% of his salary to him. It could cost him in reputation, but not so much considering what he's already built up.
His track record is proven that he's not that type of player, but it's dangerous these days.
To play with it.
If you don't want to be there, you don't want to be there.
There you go. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.